Hey Super Gamers, and welcome to another episode of Rare Candy on ISE Gaming. I'm It's Super Effective, and today we're going to cover Evolve's most iconic monster, Goliath. If you haven't seen the first episode yet, make sure you check out this previous video, which will teach you about maneuvering and fighting in general, because I will be building on those tips. Goliath is the first available monster to play as, and whom I believe offers the most balanced gameplay so far. So let's get to know his abilities and see how they can be used better. Goliath's Leaf Smash ability is pretty versatile because it can be used for traversal and can deal decent damage to multiple ground targets. During combat, you can expect decent hunters to attempt to jetpack dodge when you attack them. When you see this, don't be too hasty in mashing the Leaf Smash key. Instead, press and hold your key down. This will show an aiming cursor to provide you with more accuracy and control for when you want to flatten those pesky hunters. Goliath's Rock Throw is good for dealing damage at range and knocking back hunters. You can press and hold the Rock Throw key to get an accurate throw, but you can't move until you throw it. During combat, the Rock Throw animation will prompt the hunters to try and dodge it if they are paying attention. You may find it more effective to throw your rock after your target hunter has wasted jetpack fuel attempting to dodge, or throwing your rock at a different hunter who won't expect it. Rock Throw is particularly effective against a down hunter since they can't move, and it could knock away and damage any potential hunters attempting a revival. You could also throw a rock back at hunters who are chasing you around a corner, as they might not see it coming. Goliath's Charge is a great ability and is a solid choice at stage 1 because it can be used for rapid traversal and is generally easy to hit with the closer the hunters are to you. It is one of the best abilities for killing groups of wildlife because it is fast yet quiet. If you need to, you can cancel the charge midway through by moving backwards, which can be useful to avoid crashing into birds or to keep from falling off heights that you want to stay on. Goliath's Flame Breath is probably more of a utility ability as it does not do as much damage as Goliath's other abilities. It can hit multiple targets and is very good at clearing deployables like mines and harpoon traps. It can also be used to ignite cloak targets, which can reveal them for a few seconds. Keep in mind that you won't be able to use any other ability while breathing fire, but you can still leap, giving you the ability to reach distant targets. Now with Goliath's main abilities covered, the following gameplay tips should give you a strong foundation for your first few matches as a monster. You should be able to build upon this to eventually go up against more experienced hunters. Smelling has a range of up to 50 meters without bonuses. While on the hunt, it can help you find wildlife to eat or avoid dangers like the hunters, hostile wildlife, and birds. It will also show the footsteps left by you and hunters even if they are cloaked. You can get the unique satisfaction of outwitting the hunters if you manage to sneak out of line of sight to keep from being spotted, or fool the hunters into thinking you escaped them when really you were patiently waiting in a bush. If they pass by without finding you, quietly travel in the opposite direction they came from to give them the slip. Once they are out of smell range, then stop sneaking and pick up the pace. Just be careful not to make too much noise or recklessly startle birds on your way out. Smelling during combat is key to helping you maintain situational awareness, as it could reveal hunters that are out of position and those who are weakened. You can expect decent hunters to attempt to bait you into deployables like mines, harpoon traps, and turrets. Smelling will reveal these dangers, enabling you to fight away from them and on your own terms. There may come a time when the hunters are trying to surround you, but because the trapper is the only one who can actually stop you, use your smell to identify which hunter she is and try your best to flee from her direction, even if that means running past another hunter. Also, don't forget to look upwards at an angle when leaping in order to get more distance out of your jump. If you know the trapper character is Maggie, then she is a strong exception against sneaking for too long, because her pet trapjaw, Daisy, will lead the hunters towards you and could catch up if you're sneaking around slowly. You may have to break your stealth in order to run and avoid capture, unless Maggie is alone and you think you can sneak attack her. Optimizing how you feed will allow you to consume more food quickly and get more meals in before those annoying carrion birds swoop down, and shave off the time the hunters need to find you. If you find a small group of wildlife, use one of your abilities to kill them all at once, and quickly eat up all the bodies and move on. Just be aware that your abilities can be very noisy and visible, which may alert nearby hunters to your presence. Whenever you evolve, you will lose all your armor but gain a lot of health, which can leave you vulnerable to permanent damage. So what you can do is, first, fill up your energy until you're ready to evolve. Then second, find and kill either a group of wildlife or a larger beast with a lot of meat. Once you think it's safe, then evolve near the corpses. This will allow you to quickly regain some armor and energy as soon as you're done evolving. At some point, the hunters may capture you in a mobile arena. Here are some combat tips to make them wish they hadn't. Fighting in safe areas can help you avoid a lot of damage, which is particularly important in Stage 1 when you are at your weakest. Fighting in caves or indoors can allow you to break line of sight and restrict the hunter's movements. Or battling in high places like a tower or plateau will make it hard for the hunters to reach you and force them to use their jetpack fuel. Generally, a lot of damage can be avoided by keeping away from the assault and support hunters, or by knocking them away. But if you're lucky enough to incapacitate or even kill one or both of them, then the hunter's damage potential has been severely crippled and you could go on to rampage the remaining hunters. Your sneak attack can be used even after you've been seen and engaged in combat. If you think you can get a few moments to hit your target before the team reacts, then try to pounce them for easy damage. It has a surprising range and it is easy to connect with, but it works especially well if you're out of line of sight from the other 3 hunters, or when there is only 1 hunter remaining. Don't forget you can still eat while fighting in the dome. If you manage to kill something and have a brief moment where you won't get shot, then you can quickly eat to gain a bit of armor. Taking damage will interrupt the feeding, so you might have to draw the hunters away from the corpse and return later to eat it. If you can manage to eat the corpse of a hunter, then Lazarus cannot revive it. Each stage promotes a particular style of play and also affect how you will prioritize your targets. In Stage 1, it is better to play evasively until the dome drops, because you lack both the health and strength to take on the hunters. Attacking during this stage is often foolish. The only exception might be if you can sneak pounce or quickly incapacitate the trapper, as this will allow you to escape the danger sooner. Keep in mind that the trapper doesn't deal as much damage as the assault or support, so don't get too cocky believing that downing the trapper will mean that you can outdamage the other 3 hunters at this stage. In Stage 2, you are a decent threat to the hunters, but you should stack the advantages in your favor by saving up as much armor as possible and fighting in an ideal location. Since you now possess enough strength, you could eliminate the trapper to escape again, but if you have enough armor to pick a fight, the medic will make a better priority, as downing her will increase the possibility for you to win in this stage. Just balance your risk and reward by focusing on getting strikes on the hunters, while being aware of how much damage you take. At the very least, those strikes can make future battles easier, allowing you to outlast them. However, recklessly assaulting a downed hunter for too long will open up the possibility that your health will be punished beyond recovery. And finally, in Stage 3, you are now on the offensive and your strength makes you a clear danger against the hunters. However, you are a huge target and can't move as fast. Therefore, your remaining health and armor, as well as the number of strikes the hunters have, will greatly affect your chances of success. You can expect the fight to happen at the power relay, but if you can lure them into a cramped area, you can fight on your own terms. You can then wipe them out, or at least deliver a crippling blow, giving you time to run over to the relay to destroy it before the hunters regroup. Your hunter priority is pretty open because the medic's heals won't be able to sustain the hunters for very long, but you can't go wrong with finishing off the medic. The medic Lazarus is the only current exception and should always be the top priority, especially in stages 2 and 3, because of his ability to revive the dead and prevent the mounting of strikes. More details on Lazarus will be in a future video. That's all for today's Rare Candy. Tune in next time when we uncover the hidden mechanics of Evolve. Hey, thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed that episode. If you'd like to support the channel, please visit my Patreon page. Your contributions would be greatly appreciated. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, and leave comments down below as I take all constructive feedback seriously. And if you're interested in watching live gameplay, I stream nightly on my Twitch channel. This has been It's Super Effective. See you on the next respawn. Special thanks goes out to Andrew for being my very first Patreon pledger.